welcome, boys. That was some nice Sons of the Forest gameplay by Dung. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much. that was I don't think I actually watched much of it. Not that I've been avoiding it. Kind of want to eventually play The Forest, like the original one.
Oh yeah.
But it's nice to watch like someone just walk around and build. Like that's part of the appeal of like Minecraft too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. This week, we have Dung, returning podcast member. Hello. We have Vung Obento, also known as Obento Kyle on Twitch. Sometimes he streams. You never know when someone might be a big streamer and come out of nowhere.
Nah. Hello, guys.
So. Let me just do another quick thing after this. And then we also have Smiles for a little bit before class.
What's up?
Welcome. Also returning member. All right. In a little bit, can I ask you guys to just go while I do a sound test? Dunking. Sure. Hit me with a Okay, let me turn this down a little bit. All right, Vung, hit me with a Perfect. All right, Smiles, hit me with a Oh, okay. We get a little sensual in the morning. I like that. All right, welcome. So, first topic right here, patch notes fiasco. So, were you guys awake last night during the whole cancellation into the 160 or 180 spin into the we're still launching the patch?
I think we all were.
Yeah,
I was emotionally distraught.
I passed out.
I thought the patch was just done.
I meant like last night, like at 1 a.m. when they were like, artist is canceled, we're still having maintenance. And then like an hour later, they're like, it's back up. And we're like,
I didn't. I was gone for the second part where they said it was back up. I knew it was going down.
They said never mind, but now we're in an extended maintenance,
Yeah, they hit us with the JK, but actually JK about the JK. That's when the real maintenance starts, is after the first maintenance. But we've been around. We've seen updates in the past get delayed. And this is not a surprise.
It's just unfortunate because I know a lot of people were waiting and excited.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially like the people that took off for this patch, right? Because they're expecting artists, and now they can't even log in, which kind of sucks. But it's to be expected. I remember last year or 2 years ago, I took off for World of Warcraft Shadowlands release, and then they delayed that by a month.
I remember that. You was so mad.
I'm so mad because I took a week off for it. Like, how are you gonna like? This is a patch, right? And a patch is like, here's every week we do this. It's like not really set in stone, the things that are in it. But an expansion for an MMORPG, that's like you have to throw commercials out, you have to have marketing, and they even delayed that, and that felt really bad. So this is more like I guess like the boomer in me is like, I had it worse. I took a week off and they still didn't release the game. I ended up playing Valorant. So yeah, I don't think this is as bad.
Yeah, 1 hour delay versus 1 month is totally different.
No, it's a 3 hour delay into an hour delay.
Yeah, it might.
It's not 1 month.
Yeah, it's still not my 1 month, right? But it still might. The delay might last a bit longer, like that.
It might be.
Like last time, yeah. But that's fine, right? Yeah, the whole 1 month delay that Don had to go through is kind of wild, man.
Yeah.
That sucks, though.
They still got me though. I'm still gonna play Diablo 4. Oh man, the Blizzard copium is just too strong. But here we are now. Now we're experiencing the same thing, but it's not exactly the same thing, like you said. Like 1 hour delay is not so bad, especially with a patch of this size. Like if I scroll through this patch, this is a monster Omega patch. If you read this and you thought it was gonna be a quick 4 hour maintenance, I think we need to set some expectations. I remember reading through this and it took like at least half an hour just going through this.
Yep. Yeah, it's big.
Even Zeal's video talking about the patch, it was like 38 minutes long. And that's someone that already knows everything, that was in KR, what's coming over. Imagine someone like us. You know, we don't even know half the stuff in here, like the balance changes. We're aware of some of it, right? That are coming over, like the Zerker changes. But ultimately, it's still a lot of stuff that we're unfamiliar with. So it's going to take us even longer to digest. Unless you have people like us going on a podcast talking about it. So that's the whole thing about the patch notes delay. I want to stick on the patch notes a little bit longer because there is a lot to go over. Especially the honing and gold updates. I was not expecting to get this so soon.
I was not either.
Yep, I was not made aware.
Yeah. It's I think in KR they have it where only their 3 highest rates get gold. So that's similar to what we have here. Yeah. So there's also the Vicus gold nerf that will hit us once we get the next raid, a con. And then there's a clown gold nerf to be expected when the next raid after that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they're kind of rolling like the 3 highest. Yeah, don't.
Yeah. The only odd part is that we don't have access to more than 3 at this point, right?
Yep.
Oh, actually, we do. No, we have
I think we
Vicus,
do.
Clown, and Brel.
Yeah. So Vicus hard mode is not affected by the gold nerfs, which is yeah. So they're just hitting Vaulton hard.
Why are they nerfing it when I feel like gold is still a problem, or is it just me?
It is a problem, right? But so in I guess in combo or bundle with this, goal requirements for honing up to that point, up to Vaulton hard, super nerf. It's just I think it's just gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, they switch it off to a silver cost instead.
Yeah, there's no gold required to hone up to 1445 anymore. It's just all silver. And silver's no problems for starting accounts because you get all these login rewards and stuff. And silver issues scale, I think, exponentially as you get higher and higher. So at the beginning,
with higher roster and more alts to play. But if you're just like a 1-2 person like account, 1-2 characters, I don't think silver is that big of an issue.
Yeah. And at the beginning, I think shards as well. It follows the same exact pattern where shards aren't a problem early on, and then later, once you hit Brel, you really start hitting like the shard woes. Like you just don't have enough shards to do anything. But yeah, so right now it only goes up to Vaulton hard. I guess part of it, I'm slightly upset because I do like just blasting all my Vaulton hards at the end of the week. I like having that option that's there. Like,
yes, I do.
Yep.
There are weeks where I don't feel like doing Vicus or Clown, and I would just blast through like 3-4 Vaultons instead. Oh. But now if you do that, you have to sacrifice that little bit of gold loss.
Yeah. So ultimately, we lose 300 from the first gate and then 1,200, so 1,500 from both gates. Instead of getting 4,500, we now get only 3K. So it's a 33% loss in gold. I don't think it's a bad idea to still do Vaultons at the end of the week, because the alternative is no gold, right? And that's even worse.
How much we lose? Like 1,500 or something?
1,500 in total.
1,500 total, right?
That's how much we lose.
Yeah.
For doing the hard mode, if you're doing normal, you lose a lot more.
Yep.
Yes. Normal. Say Vaulton, you go from 3,300 to 1,200. Oh, yeah, normal. I mean, with the honing costs gone, I guess it's not as bad.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some points that like some of our friends brought up, right? So like, Steel's brought up like, the push from 1445 to 1490, right? Needing a lot of gold, right? I don't know if like, the new players will be able to save up enough money from 1302 to like 1445, right? As they're doing so. If they don't play as much, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna catch up, right? And then the other, I think Chris brought up is, dang it, there's another point. Yeah, go another point first. I'm still waking up.
Morning. Let me know if you need a 5-minute break to get some coffee. We could take a
No,
quick
I
break
don't take coffee
at
or
any
anything.
point.
But
I used to be like that. Now I need energy drinks to
yeah,
stay awake. These classes
yeah,
are crazy, bro.
yeah, I know they are. But for me, it's I wake up and I log on the Lost Ark, and that wakes me up, right? But
Yeah,
it's fucking down. So
it's still down, and
That's your morning coffee.
that's my morning
I'll keep
coffee. That's
refreshing
literally
this for
morning
you.
coffee. I'm good. I'm refreshing it too.
Yeah, it's still down. We're still hanging out. But in addition to the gold that's required to push, right? In the past, 1472.5, if anyone's familiar with that number, that is the parking spot to still obtain Argos gold and be able to purchase the Argos boxes.
Yeah.
72.5? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 1472.5. But these changes also affect Argos as well.
Exactly.
It does, yes.
You're dropping from 2700 gold for a very quick, easy raid down to 1000. So also another 66%. So the easy raids got nuked by 66%. Orha as well got nuked from 2100 to 700. So another 66% nerf. So the Vault and Gold nerf is 33% decrease, and then all the other stuff is a 66% decrease.
Yeah, sorry. That was what Chris actually brought up, right? Like this affects people who have like the lower alt roster eye level, not roster eye level, but lower alts levels, right? Like the people who didn't push like Brow 1490, right?
Yes.
Or past Clown. It's
Yeah,
their gold are getting nerfed.
everyone with pre-Brow characters got a huge gold nerf to their roster, which I feel like the economy is gonna adjust to it once the week goes on and they realize like how little gold they have. So it's all relative, right?
Right.
So if the market as a whole cannot afford to buy stuff, then the accessories that are listed like don't get bought and they get put up again for a lower price, et cetera, et cetera. Materials go down or up depending on demand versus supply. I feel like with the artist release, it's gonna be hard to pinpoint the economics. It's one of those like too many variables, and none of us are like full-fledged economists to really understand where it's gonna trend. But it does hurt. It does hurt, especially the more casual players.
Yeah, because now they're in the dilemma of do they just still keep their alts parked at 1472.5 and just take the gold loss from Argos and Vaulton, or they push higher. But the problem with pushing higher is that we're in a world of gatekeeping right now. So
True.
If you just push to 75 so you can do clown, you're probably not going to get accepted into parties unless you do it with friends.
Yep.
If you push to 1490, 1 and 2 Brello is a nightmare in the in the North American scene. So
Yeah.
That's very true.
Have you guys done a 1 to 2 recently?
no, I know Sean has recently, and it's always he as a fresh character like 4x3 would like MVP every single time, and it's quite sad.
Yeah. Me and Freelancer did one a couple weeks back. I think 2 or 3 people needed the 1 to 2, which you need that first piece so you can start holding effectively, like cost effective, past 1490 to hit the 1500 threshold, so you can do those 1 to 4s, which are super valuable, super clean. 99% of the time, it goes smoother than all your 1 to 2s ever. And in these 1 to 2s, the week before that, I was on my like on eye level Sork, and there are people like 40 eye levels above who are doing less damage than 2 of the 1500s in the lobby. And then I was on my War Dancer the week after, just so I can pro-cal and make sure everything goes smooth. Outside was dying. I think people just weren't familiar with the mechanics. There are definitely people out there who don't attempt clown until they're like deep into Brel with Brel gear.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's fair. Not everyone is like a Gosu God gamer, or, you know, like they're not really aiming for the challenge. They just want to play Lost Ark, right? They just want to gear up their character, get gold, buy skins, play Fashion Arc, hang out with their friends. And some people, like, it surprised me when they mentioned, like, some people just want to log in and do Guardian raids. For us, that's, like, crazy, right? Because we hate the Guardian raids. We love the Legion raids. Yep. But there are people out there that love the Guardian raids. And I think when Hakuna Matata, the monkey, when that comes out, you know, we're going to enjoy the Guardian raids again, I feel, like, from what I hear.
Yeah, as long as it's better than Carl, then yeah.
Yeah, they say it's like once you really understand the patterns, it becomes more of a Descaluda, which is
Yeah, that's
very
nice.
welcome.
Yep.
It has a lot. It has a lot of very. Like, there's a lot of mechanics in that make you feel good playing your
Oh.
class.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen
I
solo
don't want to
videos.
talk too. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much into it because
Yeah,
you know, everybody should experience it. But very similar to Descaluda, and what Descaluda does when you when you accomplish certain like tasks while fighting it. It makes you feel better, stronger playing.
Yeah.
And of course, it's good because you're no longer in the ice map, so you know all of the raid captain players can rejoice again.
Yeah. And I guess this isn't too spoilery, but it comes with ancient accessories as well, so we can hit that sweet, sweet lottery, the accessory lottery. That.
Yep.
Oh man, when Descaluda came out, I think everybody saved their rested bonus. No.
Yeah.
So that was exciting at the very least.
One thing I'm actually curious about for Ancient is, you know how we went from Legendary to Relic, right?
Yeah.
And there's like this one thing that's changed in the Chaos Dungeon, and it's the sound that you get from hitting.
Oh
Relic
my
accessory.
god. Yeah.
What the
Is
ancient
very-
drop sounds like.
Yeah, I
God.
wonder what the Ancient Drop sounds like, right? Because Legendary to Relic was like kind of wild, right? Because you don't get anything for Legendary, and then that jackpot hit for Relic. I'm like phased out now, right? Like I don't hear it anymore because we're so used to it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wonder if Ancient changes.
Dude,
I still hear the relic drop.
I'm so
when
glad
new.
you brought that up too.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I want to feel like I hit a lottery again.
Yeah. Especially because this is like the first Ancient Chaos Dungeon, so it's gonna be lower rates, right? Eventually, as we get higher, the rates are gonna be high.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we did in the 14-15 Chaos Dungeon, the only relic accessory came from the end, because relic accessories did not drop in the 14-15.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
14,
and but it unlocked Escaluda, which we still had a chance to hit the lottery. The 14-45 Chaos Dungeon dropped relic accessory. I think the only person at the time was Stan that was able to do it.
Yeah. It's pretty like that.
Yeah, no one else had access to the higher one.
Yeah, right when it released.
Yeah, and then eventually, like, more people got there, and then you hit that first relic accessory in your group, like whoever hits it, and then they sell it for a boatload, and you just get hype, and it hooks you back into the game.
Sure.
That's one of the things about Lost Ark. It's like it's a bunch of Gamba systems, and when it feels good, it feels really good. But that good feeling still jades over time, right? Like you can't keep that same feeling forever. So then they have to release Ancient, and who knows what's after Ancient.
Yeah, speculation for tier 4, right, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
yeah, I'm also excited. Oh, Morning Gamer. Beamus in the chat. Let's see. Anything stuck out to you guys for this update? Because there was a lot of stuff, right? So I'm slowly going through it.
There's so much, like, as people were going, everyone just keeps screenshotting like bits and pieces. Like it was just pause and pause.
Yeah, it was crazy just reading through it.
Yeah.
And then someone posts something, I'm like, crap, I'm not there yet. And then they
Yeah,
get stuck on
exactly.
something, and then they're like, wait, I'm not there yet. And then you screenshot something, they screenshot. It was so hype. Patch day was so hype. Like, it was unbelievably hype.
It's also just because, like, I forgot that they said it's gonna be like a big patch, right?
Yeah.
I have to keep
thought it was gonna be
reminding you guys to look back into the roadmap because March. I mean, we got no like big content, but a ton of quality of life balance patches.
Right.
It's crazy
I
that
thought
we're
small,
we're getting this soon. I was expecting some of this in like the hard braille patch coming up in April.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let me go through it real quick. Let's see.
Some very cool stuff I saw in there. The trails, right? The footprints, the steps.
Oh, yeah.
The movement effects,
yeah.
however you want to talk about them.
Yeah, sure.
That was a very surprise thing that I think is very cool.
Right.
A very graphical increase makes the game look a little bit nicer.
Korea just got that in January, right? Like
Yeah,
it was
it
just
was a very
popular and
new-
low on, and then it came out in January patch, right? So
You know, in terms of catching up, like, sure, we're not caught up on classes and Legion raids, but being caught up on quality of life is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's
really
a
nice.
very welcome change. Like I love it.
Yeah,
I
Val
think-
made that point earlier yesterday about how we're of all the regions, we're probably progressing the fast and keeping up with quality of life and balance patches.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I'll take this Frankenstein of a patch, even though it might cause for some bugs here and there. Like I love the quality of life. We're getting the support MVP screen, right?
Right.
Like I'm skipping like down, but I'm just like bringing it up because that was like one of the things I was looking forward to. And like the other types of catch up, like the doubling drops, is super nice for new characters.
Yeah, that's something Korea just got when they released Slayer like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. It's only for like Vault and Vicus. I don't think it's for Clown, right?
Just Walton Viking.
Yeah. It's still nice to get your set up and running because it's not until you get your first set at 1445 that your character feels more complete.
And it's not just the set; it lets you complete your 6-piece relic in 2 weeks, but it also lets you complete the exchange so you can swap your relic sets much sooner as well.
Wasn't there
In the case where you needed to get 55 like Vicus wings, that would be 5 runs of Vicus or 4 runs of Vicus where you had to buy boxes, and now it's only 2 runs.
Yeah.
And you're able to swap between your sets much faster.
And that means like more classes can get access to their betrayal sets to do chaos dungeons. Yeah. Also, the whole trade. I thought this was really silly. The fact that you can trade Argos gear right after they
Yeah, that's one patch notes that I didn't understand.
I think the reason is this is what Korea got. So like
Korea, it's always been tradable in Korea. They didn't have a time where it was like bound to you. And so this is probably just them realigning like some of our stuff with Korea.
Yeah. I think this is the bot
un-Frankensteining the build,
Yeah. The bot update for the 1375 trading on Auction House link, that was probably very short-sighted. Like it worked, right? We saw fish prices skyrocket to the moon. But it's definitely not something that they thought about long term. Like they didn't really put that much thought into it. They probably pushed that build out, curbed the bots as they were. It worked. It was very effective. And yeah. Welcome, John. Good morning. Good morning. Everyone, this is Egg Knight, aka John. Welcome to our podcast. We're going through the patch notes. We're just talking about how last night we got whiplashed. They were like, okay, we're canceling the patch, and then patch is back on the menu, boys.
Don't you wait. Before this maintenance is over, this extended maintenance is over. I'm like, it's canceled again.
Oh, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna be upset if something like that happens. I'm just expecting it at this point. And being upset is just expectations not meeting reality, right? Like that's all it is. If you curb expectations down, you'll never be disappointed. Which is a quote by Zendaya in No Way Home from Spider-Man. Or Homecoming, actually, from Spider-Man. Wait, was it Far From Home from Spider-Man? I think it was the second movie that she started saying that. But anyway, yeah, this change I think is just to catch us up to what Korea has. Which I think is fine, because it's Argos gear, right? We don't really care about it. My question is it going to take
How much
Fions?
are they? How much they're selling it for?
No idea. It's completely market driven. It's whatever people want to sell it for. Let's see. Procyon protection. Is the Procyon protection like the newbie thing where you get more stats?
I think so.
Okay. I'm probably skipping a little ahead, but the all Q changes, the boss rush and cube is a very welcome change.
That's what I mean. I was gonna bring that up, right? That thing is super huge, right? Because I hate going back to Tunica because that's where I usually go for boss rush and have to walk there, right?
Yeah.
It's all about Kalaja.
Kalaha.
Yes.
No, that thing is Kalaja's plays so weird.
It's
so weird.
It is, but that's where our ults
I know.
Doing it in Northward, my god, taking that little
yeah, the little pathway
oh
over.
Oh my god. Yo, you guys are gonna think I'm weird when I go from the right.
I also go from the right.
It's longer, but like I turn brain off. I don't want to accidentally sit on the platform and have it go back and me stare at the screen like I'm a bozo,
Okay.
And you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I like running by the arena, the PvP NPC a little bit. You know, a lot of us go the other way, right? So I want to give some NPC some
The
love.
funny thing is that even though all my alts park in Kalaja for doing the Unas, whenever I need to do boss rush or cube, I always use my Song of Return to Northburn and then
That-
walk up.
No.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
weird
why-
one. I haven't heard that one.
Oh no.
I song there's Nia Village, so could walk to my bosses.
Yeah. It works with my routine though, because after I Song of Return and do the cube and boss rush by walking up, I'll do
you know-
my sailing as well for the guild,
Oh yeah.
and
If-
I do it right out of South Vern.
yeah, you have a routine that trumps everything.
Yeah.
You know, the delay was probably because they probably accidentally rolled out the new boss, the new cube.
That'd be kind of crazy, man. If they
That
By
would be
accident.
crazy.
That's probably why there's that maintenance.
I mean, the initial post was talking about the censorship issues or something about auto modding in game.
Let's see. Is it here? Is it this one?
Where
During this downtime. Okay, that's the cancellation.
and then right
Or
below it, she talks
In-game
about
in-game moderation system required additional configuration resulting in anticipated delay conveying the early message. So the
like we don't know
in-game.
exactly what it is. Yeah,
Do you think this is the captcha that they had in the West for a little bit?
It might be the capture. It could be like the chat filter system, like banning certain words and curses and stuff like that. It could be the reporting system for bots, or I know one of the guys in chat mentioned like the auto bans for like botting issues. How I know a lot of players in the past have gotten like false bans for just doing random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For not
Like,
logging on.
like the guy who like has to sit there and hold down the right click to break that wall in Rethramus to
Oh,
get the
yeah.
Moocowsauce, you know, and they'll get kicked for botting.
Wow.
Oh, you can't say
When the wall
Mococo
takes, like-
anymore.
Where the wall takes
Moocowsauce
like
is not
30
a good
minutes to
word.
break, you know.
Wait, why is Makoko not a good word? What happened?
Oh, you can't put it. Censor it. You can't say Mococo's
It
anymore.
could be a lot of things.
Oh,
I mean, what does in-game moderation mean, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's up for whatever debate, but at least they got through it, and you know they're back on track. Quote unquote.
Sneaky conspiracy theory people are thinking it has to do with the censorship of
Artists.
artists.
Like
And
they
just
forgot
talk
to
about
change the skin or something.
something's not censored correctly, or some skins aren't censored.
Or that like the other conspiracy theory is that like the boxes that we currently have are actually open for artists, right? And they have to change that, so then people have to buy the newer boxes, right?
Yeah,
like that.
hell yeah, I wouldn't.
That
be
makes
horrible
sense.
theory.
They're under this whole thing where all the old boxes aren't, retroactive anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though KR has always had them retroactive for future classes. And that might have to do with the censorship stuff, because then they don't have to go back and censor any of the old skins if
Yeah.
if they're never available for future classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like one patch I logged in and my roster bound lawmaker skin was no longer roster bound. It was stuck to the character. Like the one we got with like the founders pack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like
shit.
there's one set that was roster bound, and then they made it character bound, and then the other one was character bound, the one we got later, because we got two sets, right?
That's a compensation type thing, yeah.
Yeah. The first one was roster bound, the second one wasn't, and it was at a point where both of them became roster bound, and then I think eventually they fixed it. But there's like weird stuff like that happening as well, with the whole like Frankenstein patch and skins and whatnot.
Yeah.
I wish they would just leave it alone, personally. So who knows like how many people save animal skins and pixel glasses, and what if they don't work for artists? That'll
Yeah.
cause uproar.
The compensation. Give me a new animal skin.
Yeah, give me another skin. Give me the sunglasses. That I'll take that as compensation. Oh. I just got
Oh,
the
some-
part. Oh, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna bring up something that we passed earlier, but yeah, go ahead.
No. Let's cover everything. Well,
Oh, it's just like when we were talking about the movement skin, right? The
Yeah.
footprints and stuff like that, right? That came in January. The other thing that came in January for QL was the card stuff, right?
Oh,
yeah.
There was the
yeah.
card filter and
All your
stuff like that.
demon damage hunters.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I'm almost 4%, baby.
So now you can search for your whatever you're trying to level up instead of like trying to favor your stuff and trying to filter it by yourself,
Oh my
right?
god. Thank
That's
God.
that's kind of big, right?
Yeah.
And then to go back on like these QL changes that are coming faster, right? Because our region seems like it's faster than like JP or like Russia or like I don't know
Boy,
if it didn't come, right, people would still be playing, right? Because the instance dungeon is huge. Not having to like go back to your town to do everything you need to do, like chaos or guardians, right? Legion raids. That thing is such a nice QL.
So nice, so nice.
And now we're getting boss rush on top of that, right?
Yeah.
What else is there?
Also, for the card system, I think they have like auto learning cards now.
Yes.
Oh, they
if you
also
open
have
a
new
card
stuff, yeah.
and you
Yeah.
already have that card learned, it will just automatically consume it.
Oh my
God,
God.
Right. Yeah, I
That's
forgot
so
about that,
big.
right?
Way.
That's so big.
So
It's like
It's like how they changed the shards, right? Yeah.
yeah, and it makes sense because you don't have to buy new rows for cards you already own, and it's such a smart update. And I'm so glad we're getting to that point where you don't have to like right click a card and hit enter every single time. Like that was the old system. It was really bad, and I appreciate it. Like all the small changes, I love. Especially
G,
this next one that's coming up. Yeah, the Shift G update.
Oh.
Oh my God. Maybe I'll run Salford.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll finally run Rowan.
Well, okay. So the thing is, like, it doesn't work for the first time you go through it. It only works for additional times. Yeah.
For repeats.
But
I'm never doing Rowan.
but someone did
that's
mention. I mean, it's. I think you should still do Rowan. It's got a lot of materials and card packs. It's got a ton of card packs as you go through it.
Do Rowan for me?
No. But Shift G will help with low pang. Someone brought it up. Like all the Una dailies that you go to Phaeton and you hit G in the inn like 50 times, and then you go south to the Barkeep and you hit G a couple times, you could just Shift G that too. So
yeah,
Shift
that's
G.
gonna take a while for everybody to Shift G. Just to
Shift.
kinda...
I wonder if you could change the keybind, and then you have to just G, and then you Shift G becomes like the thing you hit when you explore a new continent.
Wait, what is G currently?
Well, G is like the
G's
regular
just,
button, right? But you know how
yeah.
we did the J and Shift J switch? If people aren't familiar, when you first install Lost Ark and hit J, it brings up the quest log, which becomes very obsolete after like level 50-ish. Because what you use more often every single day is the Shift J, which now we use as J. It's the Una task menu. So that's when you bring up your weeklies, your dailies, your guild weeklies, all that stuff. And for us, like, we realized very early on that we Shift J a lot more than we just regular J. So we switched it, and then now hitting J brings up the Una menu. So I wonder if you could do the same thing for Shift G.
Yeah,
Like
if there's a
Shift G.
spot in the settings to change the keybind, it's very possible.
Yeah. Like the interact key.
And it might work retroactively, so like you could change it to Shift G being just your regular G. And like you said, because you're exploring new continents, it doesn't work. And pressing G still might just progress it normally.
Oh my God, yeah. I can totally see that happening.
I wonder, can't you like buy? I guess you can't bind two things to one key, right?
I think you. I'm not sure. I know the only game where that happens, and I'm like aware of it, is Valorant, where you can bind like three things to a key.
I know that you can do for specific tabs, right? Like let's say sailing and like regular hotkeys, you might be able to bind the same key. I don't know if it's normal.
Well, this is one of those wait and see things. I don't think we can actually know until we actually get this thing in the game and we try it out. Let's see. I haven't read through any of the Stronghold updates. I think this is like the section I skimmed through.
Yeah, same. I'm not too interested in it.
Yeah, like my Stronghold is set up, and that's all I really care about. Like max Stronghold level, everything. I just log in every day to collect and dispatch Caligos on my sword. What are you guys dispatching? Are you guys dispatching Carls?
Yeah.
It just feels like the most effective.
I was doing Conga unrested for this last week.
Oh,
yeah.
So you've been doing all your Carls too then?
No, I literally just switched over to Conga.
Oh, so
to-
you're taking Carl
yeah.
characters in the okay,
Mhm,
okay.
Yep.
I still do Deskas, even on my
Hey,
Kunga
aren't
characters.
all the juicers on Carlos?
Yeah, I'm the only juicers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
very few juicers in Conga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're doing what we call community service. Kind of like what back when I was doing Yoho at like 1400. And those 30 eye levels matter, man. I would be like blasting 50-60% damage MVPs, especially because it's Yoho, right? So people aren't too familiar with their class. But you taking your juicers in the Kunga, that's effectively community service. Kind of like how people took their early Carl, like 1490 characters into Deska, or their Kunga characters into Deska a while back. And it's nice. It's nice to log in on your alts, or if you're a new player, to log in for one of these Guardian raids and just have someone blast it for you. Because you got like 50 more of those to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if my calculations are wrong, but I was just, I put in some calculation for like, the time and how much like we're making based off like leaps, right? And I even accounted for like destruction and stuff like that. And Conga came out ahead by like 100 gold per minute.
Are you accounting for chances on hitting bracelets?
No, I'm not, because that's
It's really
Yeah.
low, but
It's
I
really
think
low,
it's still valid.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'm not accounting for, right? So
Mhm.
because I guess it's not valuable to me.
Yeah.
So I just to me like Conga comes down to like all my juices are like under 4 minutes. If unlucky, like 4 minutes 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And cars, if I get unlucky, that's a 6 minute run.
Yeah. Party Finder Carl is
It's good.
very cutthroat and
good.
very good. Yeah, I think my Carl runs are about like 3 minutes in
Yeah.
Party Finder. I even matchmake them on my supports, because the one thing of Carl, especially with the new nerf that came out a month ago, where Carl's much less sporadic and his damage is much lower, his patterns are much more predictable. With that update, if you queue as support, it's very smooth in matchmaking. Even without like the Omega juicers, I think it's fine.
It's like you still get like 5-6 minute runs.
You do. But if you do Party Finder, you get like very sub like 4 minute runs. Very rarely does it ever go like past 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Especially
you just, run Descaluda, no consumables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a lot less stuff, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
You
in
also use a lot less stuff.
in Party Finder, it's because it's so cutthroat. If you're below like 1540, you don't instantly get into these groups. Because it's like 1550s applying. Like
Yep.
when I'm on my support and I'm queuing up with like one other person, everyone has Brawl 20 weapon in freaking Carl Party Finder. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, that's originally when I was running on my main, right? I would only join those parties just because there's higher chance of you not having throw the second destruction, right?
I think you
like that.
should never throw the second destruction in
In the lower one?
even in the
in the
lower
low-
one, yeah, because what ends up
'Cause it-
happening is you kill Carl shortly after the destruction, so you don't take full advantage of the buff. And in the spirit of fairness, you throw 2 consumables versus
I know
everyone's
the
1.
2 consumable thing.
Yeah.
But it's just sometimes like when you're, especially if you're like 1490, right? I don't know if you have to, even with the buffs, it still takes some time.
Yeah. But I personally just dispatch my 1490 Carls.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So before it just felt really unfair that you're throwing an extra one. So I tried doing like the juicers one, so then that way we can skip.
Yeah.
Skip that destruction phase.
Even in matchmaking, sometimes you see the guy who's like atrophining and throwing destruction and throwing whirlwind.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. This guy doesn't do Brel. Because if you do
Yeah.
Brel, your grenade boxes are in shambles.
For sure.
You're
Well,
throwing.
yesterday
What's
when
up?
I was watching guys play Challenge Guard, I'm like, man, there's people who don't throw a single battle item, and these guys are throwing 8 a run per person in Challenge Guardians. Like, I was dying, dude.
We have so many utility boxes. I'll throw 5 flares per run every run.
Oh man,
Lost Ark
They're
2
just
ain't ever
funny as
coming
fuck.
out, man. We gotta use our
True.
stuff now.
I should just use my stuff. That's good
You
stuff.
gotta save it for when they make that mechanic where you gotta flare to find the boss.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did
Hey
Yo, morning. Welcome to the podcast. You are.
Is this the waiting room or is this the actual
no,
podcast?
no.
It became a
Act-
trend where we actually just do the podcast in the waiting room. So welcome.
That's not how that works.
If we do things by the book here, I don't think anything will ever get done.
You mean it'll sound like a lot like a job?
Yeah, that's too. We're just here to shoot the shit for until the servers come back up. Which I will hit refresh right now.
Copium.
Copium. All right.
Yo, what is this change I don't get, man?
Which one?
This is it. The general update in loot auction after clearing dungeon raid content. A 5% fee is added for any amount over 100k.
it's a bot.
Who
convention.
It's a
the
bot and log
It's an
out
RMT
convention.
thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your tax.
There's no way anything's ever
Why is it
worth
so
that
high
much.
though, right? Like,
Yeah,
Because
you're gonna
when
hit
would you ever hit something over 100k?
I know, but like, why they not lower the threshold?
I
Why don't
think
they put
I think
mean-
this needs to be changed to like 20k.
to like 50k? Or, yeah.
No, because some selectors can.
I know
go
selectors.
that.
Damn, I know people drop like I saw some posts where like someone dropped like 80k or something for maybe their last stuff, but,
Yeah, so
but
maybe
that's still insane. I think
50K?
50
like you said.
because like selectors average is like 30
Yeah.
like 40k.
Yeah. Even nowadays, like especially because a lot of the hardcore gamers that want the selectors have their lost 30. With the exception of people that are Kadan traps. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But the Kadan trap people, once they break out, they're closer to lost 35 for more demon damage. So
Yep.
good on you guys.
Other ones are easier to get with
Yeah.
the selectors.
But yeah, this
Yeah.
one like it
That was
just felt
interesting.
it felt really weird. I don't know. This game it feels weird. There's no item up on the top left goes for that much.
Yeah.
It's weird for a raid. If it was like auction house, it'd make more sense.
Yeah, if there's an additional fee for the auction house, that would totally make sense.
Like how often we get 100k?
Yeah,
30K.
and then maybe another like 10% on top of $1 million to fuck over the gold sellers a bit more.
True.
Because it's
True.
marginal, right? This is how taxes work. It's only the
Yeah,
things
they
above 100k. So I wouldn't mind. Oh my god, we're getting political. Yeah, tax the rich. 50% tax over
People-
1 million.
Yeah, tax the rich.
Dude,
Tax the rich.
People don't know how tax brackets work. I don't know how they would explain it because people
Yeah.
barely like. Oh, I don't want to make 6 figures because it'll take me over to tax broker. I'm like, that's
And then
not
now
how
I
it
make
works.
less. It's like, no, it's marginal. Only the amounts above get taxed at the new rate.
They're not using big words.
Wait, is that how?
Republican.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah. This is the thing.
I wish they
was-
taught me that in tax.
Oh, I wish they taught you useful stuff in school too.
It'll only matter if you made money though. I don't mean no money. It would make no sense to me.
Yeah, if you make no money, the tax bracket doesn't even affect you. You get 0% taxes.
Exactly. It's like under the table. I mean, what?
Yeah. So Danny, I'm streaming like the patch notes right now. If you're like wondering what we're talking about or what we're looking at, that's just to give you a tip. But if you just want to join,
Oh,
in,
yeah.
that's perfectly fine too.
Oh yeah, I figured. I saw the thingy. I
All
need
good,
the
though.
too long didn't read version.
So this was the thing I was talking about earlier. We're getting the new MVP system changes. So now
Now
we
you
can
skipped
see
over the biggest one, man.
what character customization.
Yeah, holy shit. I think that helps a lot of people. The 24-hour change.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
now I don't have to waste like three tickets to make one change, right?
Especially because what do you call it? Sometimes you do the character creation changes and you log in the game and then the lighting
It looks
hits and you're
weird.
like,
Exactly.
yeah, it looks weird.
Like definitely character. Use 2 tickets just to change my character's voice.
Voice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
you start lolly teeing in a dungeon and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I don't actually like this. So you're right, it is huge and I
Yeah,
did
it-
skip over it.
it's nice. Yeah.
because I got
I just
distracted.
wanted to
you.
bring that up. I just wanted to bring that up. That was it was
No,
really,
it's
really nice change.
it's good.
You-
I think
you
this is
would
huge.
skip it again?
Again, it was just that's a January update for Lost Ark, right?
Yeah.
For KR, right?
Yeah.
That's bring it over.
Again, more welcome quality of life. All quality of life stuff, like I'll take it, man.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, let's go into the MVP system.
Wait, so were
Wait, we
people
skipped
saying
over
that-
the important thing.
Wait.
Were people saying that
Bruce,
Russia's edition was getting like every patch as it came out, like in Korea? Like
Was
No,
it?
I
the way that it came out in Korea, pathing wise.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking about Russia and Japan.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any confirmation on that, but I just assumed, right, that they were just behind
I
forever.
I think we're the like global / NA is like the Frankenstein region where we're getting stuff way before. So I think you're right in that Russia and Japan do get it, but I can't confirm.
No, so
that-
like they didn't get it until like that. Like let's say they didn't get.
this still brought hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we're saying. Like we don't know though, like 100%. Like we have to take whatever streamer that plays their word for it. But we do know that NA is getting stuff earlier than those regions. I don't know if Russia and Japan are getting stuff as they're released in Korea at the time, but they're definitely getting stuff along with the content updates. Like these are Akan updates. They probably get these with Akan. Like they won't see it before Akan. Or Voldeck. Like they probably won't see these until Voldeck. And we're seeing them now, which is like super early.
So, yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. And with all these Frankenstein updates, like we're gonna expect bugs. Like when we log in, if my characters are all gone for like 10 minutes, I wouldn't be surprised. Be like, huh, this is the bug, huh?
This is
refresh it.
Refresh F5.
Is it 10 yet? Is it 10 yet?
No.
Are they adding the Berserker updates for this one?
Yep. All the class changes are here as well.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna try and see if I like it. I might power pass him instead of try to pass him more Gunslinger.
I'm liking my Zerker again now that I put him aside for a little bit. Especially because he has a katana. Fashion art.
Oh yeah.
That's why we like it.
The new MVP changes are nice. Especially like the ones that tell you how much damage you contribute to. They have new categories now that say like how much of the buffs you've been doing for the party.
Oh yeah, that's big. That's big.
And then there was a Reddit post that went into more detail, like which parts actually went into it, like your attack buff, the brand buff, and I don't know if they said card set, but the smarter people than me have mapped it out regarding the changes.
Oh no. I'm gonna be exposed for sitting there doing nothing on my paladin.
yeah, they'll actually see supports that don't do anything. Like
but the same buttons for paladin that you need to press also gives buffs, so you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I might make another paladin just so I can AFK in my brain.
Hey, if that's
You're only allowed to do that if you can do M3, buddy.
Yeah. I can't take. No. Danny needs to do M3 if he's on a support, because I can't take not being able to skip stuff, because I have to do M3 every time on my juice DPS that I bring.
And we're just
It's
asking you
so much time wasted every week.
You can actually just go in. You don't have to clear. Just. I mean, if you're juice enough, right? All you need to do is go in, right?
Yeah, you can just sit at the beginning and then let everyone else take care of it.
Hell yeah.
But it would be nice, you know.
That's
when
not
he
how it
Albions.
works.
Yeah.
Is that how it
Because like he Albions and you're just fucked and you have to reset. It's just
Yeah.
really annoying.
Yeah.
Danny, just learn it.
I will.
Please, especially because you have 2 supports.
About to be. I was gonna say too. I don't think I'm gonna make artists. I think art is too much work to play.
It is, and it also has a lot of animation lock, so it's even harder than Bard. Well,
Oh yeah.
from animation point, where you can get knocked around, you don't get push immunity.
Mhm.
Like Guardian Tune, Wind of Music, you don't get any of that. It's like Paladin where you get knocked, except not
you
even
lose your attack buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah. Remove, but there's a lot of general changes. Anything here that's stood out to you guys?
In the, like else in the patch notes or just in general?
This
general
general
part.
area section.
So the second line where they show us the purchase and selling limit that we have
yes.
left,
Yes.
but it don't show us the listing limit of what we have left, right? Because that change that they put in for the bots, right? That's
I
what
think
my
this is
understanding of it
the
right?
20 limit, the 20 daily
Really?
limit. It'll show you
Oh,
how
okay.
much.
Purchase
Yeah.
the item limit.
So the register item limit,
okay, gotcha,
that's the
okay.
20 limit.
Gotcha. Okay,
Big.
It's big. It's big.
that's pretty nice. Then
Yeah.
I would wish they just remove it completely. but
This
okay.
I think this change is added for like the end of raid drops that end up in your inventory. So you can hit a button that dismantles everything based on your auto dismantle settings, which is also really nice.
Oh, speaking of that, then like I don't know if we passed it already, but like the changes where like you can access your reward drops outside of your dungeon raids.
I think so. I think that was part of this patch as well. Seals
Yeah, I
was
just
talking
don't know
about it.
where it is.
It's that. I think it's a little bit further down in that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Much further.
This
That's
one,
nice.
this one in the last part of general. If anyone wants me to go back, we'll definitely go back. But this part where you can just re-roll your gems very quickly
Oh, that, yep.
and skip animation. In addition to this, also the honing one as well, where you can do honing until you succeed for quality and regular honing, so you can throw away your gold even faster.
Hell yeah.
It's a welcome change because like I don't want to sit there and hit the button a billion times and wait for the animation, or do the stupid like go to the special hone and go back every single time I hone.
There's
Yeah, my
one
fingers be tired, yeah.
the one with the 5 bullet points. That's I think that moves all your bikes and stuff into
Yes, all the mats from the Legion raids now go into the additional storage rather than your regular
so
storage.
you free up a lot of
Oh.
inventory space.
That's big.
That's big.
Use leaps and everything too. So.
Yeah, that's big. Cause like I have my pet inventory set up so everything gets automatically sorted into there, like my wings, my down leap stones, anything that I don't dump in the roster storage. That's all my character anyway. Especially because you get this stuff every single week.
Yep.
So if you dump this in your storage, you're gonna be opening that storage button like constantly. So
Zeals did make that point where the Argos Bloods and the Orias will also go into that additional storage now. So you can't dismantle them regularly.
Oh,
anymore
that's
for
what
leaf
that
stones.
changes for.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
right.
up here you could trade
Oh, I didn't understand what that was.
Yeah. So you
I'm
can't.
like,
Since they
why?
go to the additional storage, you can't dismantle them regularly. So there's an NPC now in the towns that you can talk to
Okay.
do the conversion.
You know, that makes a lot more sense. I was
That
like,
makes more
huh,
sense.
this is really weird.
I
You can
know.
dismantle them. But
Because
yeah.
like that ratio is actually kind of higher than what the Argus Blood gives you, right? Because
Yeah,
Argus Blood.
I think that's the correct ratio. I think it's
Really?
30.
No, the
Yeah.
Argus
No,
Blood
it was
RNG
RNG between like
It was
2
like
to like
2
2
to
and
3.
0.5. Yeah, 2 to 3.
And then the Empyrean's Dawn was like 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, I
Yeah.
think.
I
Whatever it was.
always saw 1 man for Empyrean.
Yeah,
so,
I think it was like
yeah.
1 to 2.
Yeah.
So now it's guaranteed 2. It's just
guaranteed
more,
2.
right? But it's definitely more helpful for newer players. Like it doesn't affect us as much. But it's again another welcome change. Okay, so we're back in general.
Yeah. Back in general.
Oh, this auto delete thing. I think you appreciate this one.
I really like that because I'm OCD about.
I always accept and delete the mail right away. But then I see people who just
I
accept
leave it.
and leave the mail
Yeah,
there.
I leave it personally. Oh, I skipped over this. The opening stuff faster is huge. The shard
they
bags.
finally fixed the whole only can open 10 bags at a time.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Especially with Frog, right? You get 40 shard bags, and the chest you get like 20 chests, and then you have to do it twice. And then they say that it opens up faster, so the animation's gonna feel a lot better, I guess. Oh, here's the thing you're talking about, where you could buy your
rewards.
Yeah, it's right here. What I didn't see in this patch was the bonus chests for your alts. The ones past your 6 gold earners that they get a free chest when they do a raid. I didn't see that in here, so I don't think we.
That whole section is worded very weirdly because they also don't mention that you can purchase it from that view reward section. They only talk about view rewards. Right?
Oh yeah, there's no buy.
They're saying that you can view the extra rewards like outside in the UI, but in the Korean version, that view extra rewards also lets you buy chests that you missed.
That's what I was a little
don't
confused when I was
mention
reading it, right? Because it said just view, and I was like,
but then the
confused me.
last line says can be used until weekly content reset, right? So it's like,
Yeah, I don't know what that.
Yeah.
Does that mean that? I mean, I didn't think viewing would be something that needed to be limited, right? So if it's that can be used, makes it sound like you can buy it.
Oh.
But it's a little weird wording there.
Yeah.
Because actually, I don't even know like how you view like Legion raid rewards besides like the actual amount you get. Yeah, I only know like if you go to the UI, right, you can see that there's what you can get, right, but not like that number. So
Yeah.
that's a little confusing.
Another wait and see change.
Yeah.
Because it is worded very weirdly.
I need people to DC and confirm for me.
Hell no. Oh, you could just do 1 to 4 and then see if you can buy the gate 3 box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't buy a box. Yep.
Yep. Or same thing for clown, right? Like you do a clown, you do a Vicus, and then you check at the end. See
Yeah,
if you
that's
can buy
right.
it.
That's right. 'cause
So
you
I think
can buy
also
them.
do a 1 through 4 outside of your main 6.
Yeah.
Let us know if you get free boxes.
Stop.
Oh.
I did a non-gold earning 1 to 4 last night on my Sork, and I was like, oh my god, I lost so much gold coming in here. I bought 1, 2, 1, 2, and 4, right? So that's like 1,000 something gold, but it felt way
Yeah.
more. It just felt painful because I wasn't getting anything. Codex was something I think was around, and people don't even realize you can hit Alt D and bring it up.
Yeah.
Whatever changes here, I haven't even read the section. I just kind of skipped through it.
A lot of it's just like search clarity stuff. So like
Okay.
when you're searching up like gear or stuff, it tells you like it now tells you where like what Legion raid you need to do to get that gear or get that drop, which it did not before, which was weird.
That's weird. It would tell you like where to get relic accessories. It'll be like this chaos dungeon and up.
Yeah, now it tells it for like if you search up like wings or Legion gear and stuff like that. It's a little bit more clarity.
I like it.
On that.
I like it. Oh, this is the post where you can sort out gold sellers. The party finder update, additional functionality, and you can set passwords for those Rito parties. You don't have to be like, is this you? Is this you? Like, you could just have a password, which I saw ATK do it live on stream, or Zeals, and I can't remember which one. And you can only set numbers, so you don't set words. It'd just be like 6969 or something. But it's meant to be like those guild runs and whatever for people to join up before you open it up, which is really nice.
This UI status thing is somewhat concerning.
What is this?
You can now, when you set yourself to like offline or away or something like that, it also shows up in the guild menu now as well.
Okay.
The Alt U in like the character profile. But the problem is that if you set yourself as offline, even though you actually log in, it still counts you as offline. So you could get timed out and kicked from your guild.
This is a weird...
Especially like if you're like the guild leader, I think it's like a 3-week thing where if you don't log in or something, you get the guild lead gets passed on to the second in command.
Yeah. Gets passed by dog.
And just because you set yourself as offline, even though you're actually online and playing, it could still happen to you, which is a little weird.
Damn, Shiroka is about to be offline for 2 weeks.
Because I could just set myself like offline for a small thing and never change it back.
Yeah, and you just
don't do it. No.
And then I could just get booted from everything.
Well, at least it goes to the deputy like guild officer or whatever, right?
True. Yeah.
So is Vanguard deputy guild officer?
I'm just a normal guild member.
No, I think he might be the deputy.
Oh, got him! Fucking got him! Fun fact:
more than one.
If anyone hasn't tuned in, so Vung was the guild leader, and then he was offline for a little bit, and then it transferred over to Dung, and then Dung became the guild leader for Riot Games, quote unquote Riot Games, the guild in Lost Ark.
We're official Riot Games team.
Well, we always joke that Dung was the guild leader because he did a lot of the stuff like setting up the weekly stuff, understanding the guild systems.
Just early on, I don't do anything now.
Yeah, so much appreciated. Like a lot of the efforts that he did at the beginning of the game really set up the guild, and we enjoy a huge portion of weekly Bloodstones. Because my understanding is like you guys at the end of the week actually do a lot of the guild quests in addition to what we have, just so we can hit those, like those tiers.
Just the weekly task milestones. I mean, most guilds now that are in the higher levels are pretty like self-sufficient, where there's like no adjustment in guild management at all, and so it becomes very like very simple to manage a guild.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to be like very competitive, where you're like moving inactive people in and out.
I'm just glad I don't get yelled at the end of the week for not fishing. And I think for people with a lot of characters in the main guilds are running out of like the Gina coin boxes, right?
Definitely.
I'm dying, dude.
I think the remedy that just move some people into Arrogance or Septa, so you don't use up too many pirate coins.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really important to hit like the first 2 tiers or 3 tiers. Like that 4th tier just feels like a waste. You're throwing too many resources at it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, boss rush always hits the final tier,
right.
because everybody does their boss rushes. For the sailing stuff, I mean, I'll pump out like 30, 40 sailings at the end of the week
Jesus
just to hit us
Christ.
to the final tier. But Geno coins never gonna happen.
Yeah. Selling, like, do you watch anime on the side while you do stuff like that?
Yes, I'll watch like YouTube or anime while I have the auto sailing set up.
I wish you could do more than 7 so you can auto sell forever. Like set up 100 auto sale routes to go ding 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 ding. Yeah, but definitely appreciate it. That's why these guys are guild leaders. Do you guys need help with like the Proxima stuff, by the way? I see it up every week.
They do like whenever everyone is offline, dude. Like
God damn it.
they just do whatever.
I mean, right now, the last couple weeks, it would just be like me and Sean just duoing Proxima, and we'll
Okay.
still hit like rank 10 to 15 on it.
Oh, if you need help, we can definitely like I'm around most of the time. I can definitely help. Because it would be
Yeah.
nice to hit higher tiers to get more bloodstones, right?
Yeah, you know that arrogance is rank 1 in Rudrick.
Really?
Yeah,
What do we get?
you get like a very minimal amount more bloodstones distributed per week.
That's
It's the higher tier
crazy.
ones that like offer like the better like
Oh,
rewards, but the lower
That's
tier,
crazy.
it's just nobody does it, and you know.
Yeah. For Septa, I still don't have like a weekly thing because it's hard to get higher gear characters in like an alt guild, and if I set it to Rudrick, then the lower alts can't clear it, right? Like, because you're only limited to 2. Is that how that works? Can you do more than 2 even if
can.
you set it? Okay,
You can, yeah.
so maybe we'll set it for
But the thing is, you have to consume the 2 first.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Or like if you set up the like the challenge for it first, then whoever does the 2 first will consume up the 2 entries. But then you can enter in like infinite amount of times afterwards.
Right. I remember when
you-
we first set up who was it? What was the one before Proxima?
Vulcan.
Yeah, when we set up Velcan, it was really frustrating how we couldn't figure it out for a long time.
Yeah. Back when Velcan, like some people would still solo Velcan for their regular bloodstone, so I would not put up the guild challenge of it until like later in the week.
Uh-huh.
When then I would do it for like the actual ranking. But
Yeah.
I would like leave it open so that people can do it without affecting the ranking just for their early bloodstones.
Yeah.
But I think most people have moved up to just doing like Willy or
Yeah.
Rudrick.
I think one of the two. I don't remember which one, Rujik or Willy, but they have a percent HP dot, and it's really annoying on higher eye level characters that you go in with.
I
It's
think
like
Rudrick does have the percent HP one, but I also hate Willy because of it puts down little pumpkins that like
It explodes and knock you down.
like you
And,
can't destroy the
spin.
pumpkins or anything, and you just walk over them, you fall over. It's so annoying.
yeah, super smooge. I think the only character I enjoy doing it on is my destroyer because he can just gravity training and eat everything,
Yeah.
and gun lancer because he can just shield everything. Those are definitely GVG alts for sure. The solo Rujik and Willy. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Very. These are our leaders, quote unquote. Appreciate it. So the next thing in the patch notes was the store updates, and part of this is we get to use the New Year's stuff on artists. What do you guys think about that?
Pretty cool.
This
It's
was
fine,
this
though,
was something I was expecting.
Because it was still in the shop.
Now that when KR released artists as well, they also had they brought back a lot of the old skins that came out so that artists could repurchase them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the New Year's one was included, but I know like the winter Neria and some of the older Nerias were included in the KR version of it.
So in the most recent, fellas, we have an update. Due to the updates needed, we need to extend maintenance for all regions. We expect it to be up. 1 hour extension, triple extension. Let me get a screenshot of this.
They actually making me go do work, man. I just go do work.
Yeah. Well, last time the Neria came back for the recent Neria, the winter one, we didn't get the old Neria stuff, like the t-shirts and stuff. So do you know if we're just gonna get the baseball Neria and that's it? Because it looks like the winter stuff are coming back for just artists, but the t-shirt, the jeans, all that, I don't think are coming back.
Yeah, from the post, it says just Neria wardrobe for the specialist class.
Okay.
and the New Year skins for the specialist class. When Kara got it, I'm pretty sure they got it for all the characters.
Yeah.
I have the link to the KR post of when it happened, and it has it for all characters.
I see. I see.
But
actually, yeah, I'm gonna hop off for
Yeah,
now.
yeah, sure. Thanks for joining.
I'll be
and,
back later.
Have a good work day.
Yep. Later,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Later. Yeah. And we get the Arc Pass, dude. So this
yeah, the
this
Arc Pass
patch
skins.
this patch was huge. We got Express Pass, we got Power Pass, we got Story Express, and then we have the Arc Pass. Well, that's like a billion things that we're getting in this patch.
A lot of content to give you a lot of mats.
A lot of mats. I love this Dark Priest outfit. Like these outfits.
I
look
do
so
too.
good.
I really like the Dark Priest outfit as well.
You know, like, I'm gonna think of it. I might not get it on Martial Artist. I might get it on Specialist. So I can move it on Aeromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this.
More than one.
Yeah.
You're not limited.
Yeah. Horse mounts. They look pretty chunky. Nice little boys. Pretty cool wallpaper. It reminds me of the big hall, the flashbang hall.
Yeah.
Void Hall.
They do have
Yeah.
that new system where you can do
Did you see
randomized
it?
wallpapers.
Did you see the post where we're not getting the unicorn ones, the pet, and we're getting this turtle instead
This turtwig looking guy.
for the third arc pass? It's supposed to be the unicorns.
I didn't know. I thought this was. Could have fooled me. I thought this was the pet for the pass. Yeah, Is it the cute unicorn? Like the new fluffy one that came out? Or am I thinking of something else?
It was the old, the Korea's third arc pass one.
Ah, yeah. All right, let's see if I can find
See
it.
if I can find it.
All right, I'll have you pull it up. Yeah. So that's it for like the content stuff, and then the second part of the patch notes, which like halfway through the page, you're like, oh my god, that's so much stuff, and then the rest of it is class balance, like the balance patch, which is huge. It has like all the Zerker updates that we were expecting. We have the sharpshooter updates. Like, this is so much stuff in one patch. Like we've been here for almost like an hour and a half just going over the patch. But this I feel like this pertains to like whoever has specifically. Oh, let's see. Oh no, I want these. No.
Is that the new unicorn pet?
Yeah, that came out with Algacia. So this is definitely the Algacia outfit, right? Damn. They're gonna put these in the store and you're gonna have to buy them individually. It's gonna be
I will.
upsetting.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I'll buy it off the auction house. Yeah. So this is also the patch where we get the entropy nerfs.
Oh, is it?
Yes, yes.
Still
So,
doesn't change anything though.
yeah. So open weakness, which is for gunlancers and
That's
Deathblades.
such a big nerf.
Yeah, it drops from 9 to 5. But you feel it, right? When you get a
Oh, you
Gunlancer-
feel it when you have open weakness. You
Yeah.
feel it.
yeah, Gunlancer and Deathblade, and because of the way synergies in this game work, is they stack. If they're different classes, they stack. So you get double open weakness on top of the Gunlancer defense down, and for Deathblade, you also get their synergy as well. So it's pretty big. It's disgustingly big. I feel like some people don't realize it, but Deathblade actually brings so much synergy into a party.
They do.
Not
They
only
have
are they like
reciprocal.
edgy DPS, like good DPS classes, they also bring tons of synergy to a party.
On a low cooldown, especially.
Oh yeah,
my god.
yeah. The way RE and Surge works, like, oh my god, it's comparable to like full swiftness war dancers. Let's see. Story's got to pass. Nothing changed there. This is also the support DPS increase patch as well. Like both paladins and bards got just a whole bunch of damage in their kit. Oh, this this part, Do you know what's up with this part? Punishment damage increase and then punishment damage increase.
Pretty sure that's a mistranslation somewhere.
I think so, because this is the judgment that they're talking about down here in Engravings. So I'm not too sure what this is about. It is weird that it comes up twice though.
You can I'll peek at what the Korea change was and see what.
Well, she correct.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Glavians get free buffs.
Yeah, they get 1% here and then 4% here. Control got a slight buff, which fine, whatever. And then 2%.
Okay. So I figured out what it is. It is a mistranslation.
Okay, what was the skill?
The first punishment means punish skills, as in your blue skills on Paladin.
Okay, so it is the stacking additive.
So all blue skills got a 6.1% damage increase, and then the last punishment, which is the actual skill punishment,
wow,
got another 5.1 on top of that.
Wow, a round of applause for this guy for pulling out that quickly. That's super impressive.
Yeah,
both of you guys.
The Paladin changes are, not as great as people expect it. Like damage is one thing, but I know a lot of people look at the stagger increases, and it's just fixing the lost stagger that Paladin received because of an old patch.
So it used to be high in the drop.
There was that the overall blanket counter change where they changed like all counter moves to be back attack. And for Paladin, it affected them a lot more because Holy Sword and Executors are counters, but they're also our stagger skill, and they lost the front attack bonus. Yes. That gave them the additional stagger, so they lost a lot of stagger capability when those two attacks became back attacks rather than front attacks. And this is just returning that stagger value to them while keeping them as back attack.
I see.
Yay! I'm more useful now.
Yeah, dude. I really like Paladin stagger. Like, you throw out 2 skills, you throw out punishment, you throw out Holy Sword.
I just like that. It's a lot quicker than bards.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I feel like you have to do so much work. You have to do sonic vibration into like sound shock, sonic vibration, that into sound shock, into soundaholic at the end. Like, it's just so much work. For Paladin, you hit 2 buttons.
That's I like it.
Yeah, nice and short. There's the Deadeye changes, the Meteor Storm increased damage. This is like a big Pistolier change.
What's up,
big Pistolier buff. Is this the Artillerist nerf? I think this is firepower. I feel like no one plays Artillerist in our group. Like, other groups I play with have a couple Barrage Artillers, but in our group, our only Artie no longer plays with us.
Yeah, I have it, but it's pushing 1460 is pain.
Yeah, I think me and Bung both have a 1445 Artie, but that's about it.
Doesn't that guy have 2 1445 Arties?
This looks like just quickly looking at it, looks like an Artillerist buff to me.
It does.
All I see is higher number of higher skill damage number and higher firepower duration.
Yeah,
but I don't know what that actually means.
I think it's just a buff to firepower enhancement, because I don't think this affects barrage.
It just
So this is they definitely need it, because firepower is super weak, super smooth. Like, when I see firepower enhancement artillers in my party, I'm not excited. Like, whereas I see a barrage, I'm like, I can expect them to MVP. Yeah.
It's because they're too strong. You just sit there menacingly and just shooting lasers.
They do. And their auto attacks crit for like 500k plus.
I know, it's fucking absurd.
It's pretty insane. They can sit in turret form and do stars in gate 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was a Q?
No, with their auto attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, they're auto. Same thing with destroyers, right? Like, we go gravity training and we can do stars.
True, but they're not, timed though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one here really mains sharpshooter. So if only Ruben was here to explain these changes to us.
Or freelancer.
Freelancer plays smart.
Yeah, freelancer.
Chris.
Has one. Yeah, but none of the sharpshooters in our group is with us right now. So I think I need their expertise for this. Because I look at these numbers and I can only say, oh, number go up, but so can anyone else looking at this.
Just pick up Chris.
I pinged them earlier. I was like, yo. Yeah. The machinist, aka scouter changes, just damage buff, better updates, more meter. It's good. It's a good change. I think they need it out of all the classes. Like, you definitely hear people say like scouter does no damage. Like it's an over exaggeration. They do damage, but it's much less because they're capped at their level 10 gem, and then their power doesn't scale any higher than that. But they do hit like pretty decent if they have level 10 gems and everyone else has level 7. But I think this is a nice change for all scouters. And my scouter can pump Escaluded much faster now, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gunslinger changes. So we don't get like the holster weapon change that KR just got.
That would be crazy.
That would be so crazy. Like, imagine how hyped that would be. Johnny, I think the TTH buff was, it affects your awakening, right?
Yeah, before it did it. So I would crit like rarely. But
So
now that it
this
does,
is
I'm gonna
nice.
crit a lot more on the
Yeah, 45% crit rate on your awakening. Like when I first read this, I was a little confused. But then it made
I thought it was
sense.
just a rewording.
Yeah. But no, it's a rewording because now it affects awakening, and it probably also affects grenades and whatever else.
It's
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
because in Peacemaker, before they would tell you to switch to your shotgun form so you can do more damage on your awakening.
Mm-hmm.
But it does, like, the way it's worded doesn't seem like that before. But
Yeah. The way shotgun form works is I think you just get the crit when you switch into the stance for Peacemaker. Like you get this buff, and you get the buff as you switch into the stance. I don't think it matters what abilities you use. That's why it worked with awakening.
gotcha.
So when you switch into shotgun stance, you get like capped crit chance. When you switch in the rifle stance, you get the damage below 50%. And from the recent changes, it seems like they're trying to spread the damage more. So instead of affecting like here, right? This, for example, this focus shot change. Instead of doing 95% damage to 50% or less health, you now just do generally 45% more damage throughout the whole boss, which is basically 95%. But you also get 30% more damage to 50% or less. So this is like, calculation-wise, this is just more damage for gunslingers overall.
Uh-huh.
So above 50%, you're doing 45% more. Below, you're doing 45% more. And then when they're 50% or less, you do another 30%. Instead of all your damage being backloaded. Which I think this was way more impactful back when the old MVP system existed, where all your damage counted. So the more you wiped above 50%, the less damage your gunslinger ended up on the MVP screen. But with the way the new MVP system works, where it only counts the run that you clear, it matters a lot less in that regard. But that's like a non-issue. So it is nice to get a lot of these gunslinger buffs. Yeah. It takes away from the sniper identity. It just feels, I think this just feels better overall. But I haven't played my gunslinger as much. My peacemaker. Peacekeeper? Peacemaker?
Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper.
Pacemaker.
Pacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
For us older people, yeah.
Peacekeeper is the Apex shot.
Yeah. The holstering weapons, we don't get this patch. That's something KR only.
I'll probably get it like the next major patch.
Yeah,
Probably get
yeah.
it
With the
Bro.
rate that we're getting these updates, I wouldn't be surprised if they snuck this in.
If it's
Anything's
this
possible.
one, I would assume that it would come out with the April patch.
Yeah. So Summoner got a slight nerf, which is kind of,
people were not happy with.
yeah. Because right now in the terms of the KR tier list, it's Barrage Artillerist, both the Arcanist specs, and then Master Summoner got up there. And right as Master Summoner got up there, they just got a nerf. Whereas Barrage Artillerist and both Arcanist specs get to play around in the S tier a bit more. I welcome this fucking PvP nerf. It's so annoying to be on Rowan and get blasted by someone's Phoenix. I think it's the worst thing.
Even after the nerf, you still just get one-shotted by it.
Probably, but I have no love for summoners. It's very annoying. Yeah. So Arcanist only got the PvP nerfs, which I don't PvP, so this like just I glaze over it. But having the swift preparation skill effect be faster is really nice. Because at the moment, you throw out your 4 of a kind, you proc the reset, and you're kind of just sitting there. It's a little clunky.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to like know if it actually reset.
Yeah. I have to just sit there and hit that button without hitting any other button, right? And it feels really bad. So I'll have to wait till this goes live to see how I feel about it. Bards with the PvP buff. The Conviction Core update is coming. Anyone with the Conviction Core buffs, or anyone with Conviction Core tripods now get amulets back, which they recommend everyone to just favorite all the Conviction Core tripods, etc., etc. John, are you still keeping your Bard in your Core 6?
Yeah, I'm rotating out my my Sork.
Wow. Welcome.
Even though it's getting a buff.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much damage you can give before the other issues of the Sork start popping up, especially because we're reflex enjoyers. Maybe if Igniter was cheaper and we try it out, we'll have a change of heart.
Yeah,
I think the new buff to so reflux is pretty big.
Yeah, a lot more damage.
A lot more damage. I think you get like 4 or 5% just from like the engraving itself.
Yeah.
And then a lot of skills for reflexes getting buffed as well.
So Punishing Strike just got a ongoing tripod change where they just do 5% more. For the insta cast.
Yeah.
So this is a reflex. Basically, they're just saying reflex buff for both sides.
On top of that, extra 5% on top of the 5% we're getting from the engraving.
Yeah.
That's 10%.
That's it's. I think it's a little more. Oh, it's 5% on 4%, so it ends up being like 1.04 times 1.05. Yeah. Oh, also for bards, this change is super nice, where you can just heal over and over again.
I've never ran into a situation where I need to do that though.
I have, and I think there's no downside to this change, right?
Yeah, there's no downside.
Yeah. So that like in Brawl 6, I would run into situations where I'm like, I just healed you guys. It's down for a little bit. But it would be nice to pop the 1-bar heal, get a little bit, and pop a second 1-bar heal right after. And then do it again with Awakening into another one. Like, it's just, most of the heal comes from the engraving. So 1-bar heal is what you do, right? And I think it's good. There's nothing bad about this.
No.
Yeah. So again, we're seeing the entropy changes. We went over this earlier. Anything that I glanced over that you guys want to talk about?
For what?
Any of the other classes that we just went over, like Gunslinger, Deadeye, or anything? Because I'm kind of like just railing through this at light speed.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, so it's the open weakness. I forget they have like multiple options for open weakness.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're seeing all this here. So this remaining energy, this is the buff that I think Freelancer was talking about. So it's attack power. So it goes from 36% to 48%. Oh, good morning, Dayoung. Welcome. We're going over the patch notes. This will be on YouTube later. Yeah, so this is a 12% attack buff for remaining energy. I think that's huge. Even if it's additive, that's still huge. Like, remaining energy needed something like this. It's definitely the class that takes more uptime, and you don't really get rewarded as much for it.
The buff is not as, like, the numbers might seem big, but it's not as crazy of a change from current RE players. Only because this actually lets the other like build of the spec keep up. Because the more popular version right now is to run Remaining Energy 1, which is the 25%, plus Cursed Doll, which will give you 18%.
Right.
And that puts you at what, 43? Which is
okay.
That's more overall damage than the 36, right?
Yeah.
And now 43. Now you get 33 plus 18, which is what, 51, which is still, so the RE3 is still weaker than RE1 plus Curse
Oh,
Doll.
I see. Because you're combining the level 1 with the Curse Doll. Okay.
The level,
but
yeah.
At least this gives the option for RE blades to not run Curse Doll, right?
Yeah.
And for
this
people
will just close the gap between RE1 versus RE3.
I see. Okay, so this is something that I would not have known if you weren't here with RE knowledge. Because my Death Blade is Surge, so I play Surge Blade. And I also play very casually. So I didn't understand that this was something that was people were running. Because I have seen RE1 in the wild. And I've always been like, I guess you can.
RE1, Adrenaline 2 with Curse Doll 3 gives you overall higher attack power gain than running RE3 in general. And it still does, now just the gap is much smaller.
Yeah. Wait, I think it's 16%, right? Not 33? Because this is the level 1 up here. Or is that or am I
No, so this RE has, the way RE works is that you have your orbs, or you have the 3 orbs.
Right.
And depending on when you surge, when you have those 3 orbs up, you get 3 different values.
Okay,
so that's why there's 3 different sections.
So level 1 is when you have 1 orb, it's 11%, 22, or 33, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so my original
level 1, if you surge with 1 orb, 2 orbs, or 3 orbs.
Okay, so my original understanding was correct, and my new understanding was incorrect. Okay, got it. Cool. I mean, overall, more options, better. That's the general consensus. Yeah. More options, better. Bigger number, better person. So Shadowhunter, just big damage all around. Was this why Vung was building his Perfect Depression?
This is no, it's one of the people in our statics, John, was working on a Pistolier Deadeye. Out of enhanced weapon, and Vung wanted to try to compete against him using the other, non-used spec, which would be Perfect Suppression.
Hey, when he was on his Pistolier, he was doing some damage.
Yeah,
he was doing some damage.
They just wanted to use the off spec, give it a try.
To be fair, that's I feel like that's what we should use our goals for. Just have fun and try different stuff.
Funny people were talking about this Perfect Suppression change because one of the skills, Sharpen Cut, isn't even used in Perfect Suppression builds. So it's just funny that it got buffed.
Alright. We hit the sweet spot. Your X main? Is that fair to call the Reaper your X main?
Yeah, I would say so.
X main.
X main.
Is there really
a main? I mean, all the changes are great. I mean, I don't play Lunar Voice, but great changes for Lunar Voice. Pretty much it's a 10% attack speed increase. Makes you hit your red skills faster. It's great. Chaos Hunger got buffed by 5% damage. But that was the damage is, Reaper damage is not like the greatest. They're probably like middle of the tier, middle of the pack, maybe a little bit lower. But it wasn't the damage that I was concerned about. Anyways, it was how the class functioned as a whole.
So Sean's in the chat. He says the too long didn't read for the Reaper buff. It still sucks. It sucks ass. Entropying for 5th place DPS. For 5th place. Oh god.
Oh dude, and they get hit by the.
Yeah, they do. They do get hit by the entropy nerf. So this is overall a nerf for Reaper. Like these buffs do not compare to the other class.
Yeah, so Lunar Voice definitely lost damage, and Hunger gained a very small amount because now they got a 5% increase, but they lose the 3% from synergy.
Yeah. And with the 10%,
if they had synergy.
I'm curious if this 10% attack speed increase actually hits the attack speed cap anyway. Or if
for Lunar Voice, it shouldn't. Lunar Voice is a spec build, yeah.
Yeah. But there is like the Swift spec version, but that's like for lower tier. What's the point for having attack buff when they can't keep up chaos meter? I think that's an inherent class problem. And
yeah, it's because of the way like Legion raids are currently designed with a lot of like downtime mechs.
Yeah.
Things like placing meteors for Belshazzar going into Shandi. A lot of times, or Vicus, where you're going through like gate 3 phases to type in tests. Yeah. Swamps and stuff. You just lose your meter in every case like that, and it's a pain because for Vicus, like just as an example, I play my Reaper a lot in Vicus, and the windows of DPS are so like small in between like each big phase
Mm-hmm.
And to waste that whole entire time just regaining your meter just to lose it again, pretty much.
Yeah. I think especially for the more farmable the content, the better the spec builds become, right? Because you get more pie and you can just burst right away between phases. Like for Lunar, you just save your full bar for after the mechanic's over and you just burst.
Yeah,
Whereas-
for Hunger, it's the complete opposite. Like
Yeah.
the mechanic's over and they have to waste, a good like 4 or 5 seconds building up meter back up again for it just to phase into another mechanic, and you don't even get a chance to use your skills.
Yeah, this definitely suffers from like the Surge Blade problem where you're building up your damage and by the time you have your damage, you're up to the next mechanic.
That's that saying where it's on learning and new content, it excels, but on farm content, it falls behind a little bit.
That's the inherent design for Lost Ark. You're not learning as much, right? Like you're doing farm content almost a majority of your time. The learning happens for a very short span of your entire experience. Especially with depending on how big your roster is, how many times you do a raid, like you're just permanently on farm mode. Alright, so this is the deleted skill for Conviction Core, Strike Wave, or Sharpshooter. So I wasn't aware that this many skills are getting deleted. I was only aware of the Conviction Core. A little FOMO happening here. I'm kind of FOMOing a little.
Oh, you didn't know about the Berserker one?
No. I've been just learning the tripods as I go, but I didn't realize like the Strike Wave was actually happening this way.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. So it's nice. We get some amulets back. We get to put in a new skill. And yeah, that's it. That's the entirety of the patch notes. So that's part of that topic. Let's see if I can F5 here.
No, it's not.
All right, ETA 39 minutes for server to come up.
That's when maintenance begins.
I have to say, I'm really impressed by how many freaking raids we did last night and 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I was surprised.
Danny, how many raids did you have left at the end of the week that you just blasted through?
At least half. Like I had clowns, Vikings. I basically everything. I did the 2 Vikings we did on Wednesday and that 1 to 6, and that was basically it.
Dude, so you did like 5 Brels, 4 clowns, 5 Vaulted Vicus, or 4 Vaulted Vicuses.
I think I switched some clowns for Vicuses, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, dude, that's insane, and I'm glad everyone got everything done. I think Barb got everything done as well. Jocelyn got everything done except for like 1 5-6. And
I didn't finish my 5-6s. They're just not great.
They're so optional at this point, and I highly recommend finishing 1 to 4s over 5-6. Also clowns and Vicus as well.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna get it done. I was gonna go to the gym yesterday, but it got closed because of rain and snow, I guess. But rip.
Yeah, today's the big day. We thought we weren't gonna get artists for like an hour, and then they said, haha, JK, and then patches back on schedule.
Oh, it was more than an hour, buddy.
It was a couple hours, yeah.
It was an overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to bed, yo. I didn't
Yeah,
everybody was having nightmares stewing on it. My soul fist.
Yeah.
I was kind of okay with it because it doesn't all.
Don't worry, John. Don't worry. You could pump your soul fist today. Unless Smoggy just turns around and says, no patch.
Sorry, we can't fix it. We can't fix it.
If art is the problem, just take away artists. I need the other stuff.
Yo, it'll be so big brain if they say no artists, but you get all the passes and stuff because people are gonna use it, right?
Buy it.
But they're gonna be like, oh, if you hold on to it, you can use it on artists.
And they're gonna not read that line, and they're gonna use it, and they're like, "Where's my pass for artists?" And yeah, 100% that's gonna happen if that's the case. Like, it's already happened before.
It's like, oh, for a cheap amount of $70, you can go all the way to South Bird.
Yeah. So we've been talking about the patch for a majority of the podcast. Does anyone want to add anything to this topic, jadedness of Lost Ark? Like I feel like we covered so much about burning out about Lost Ark, but especially with the Vaulton change, now that you have to do Vicus, Clown, and Brel, what do you guys think about that change, or anything related to like the jadedness of the gameplay?
That Vaulton gold nerf was uncalled for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. especially with the Western mentality, like we just don't have enough time, and everyone has full freaking decked out rosters where they're just doing 6 raids a week, like 18 raids a week.
The D4 comes out. People are gonna drop it. It's just trying to get too much homework. You gotta pick one. It's not like you can just pick up and catch it back up or do everything done.
Yeah, but I
So
think
I feel like once people disconnect, they're gonna stop playing as much.
yeah. Once you stop for like a week, you're like, that's it. I don't care about this game anymore. All
Yeah,
it
my
takes
time
is
is so
like,
much free. I'm so free.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I was at the point last week, even with being able to do Vultans, where I was like, you know what? I don't care if I do this last raid. But then last night, like, we all got together, and thank you guys for taking my bard into Vicus, and then I just brought my Sork and War Dancer into Clown, and we were able to get everything done, and everyone got all their golds. But I was totally okay if, like, we didn't do those last few raids. Personally,
I was okay too, but some people weren't.
Yeah, we're like, yeah. Anyone just want to do the 1-2 so Chris can get his set? I remember that.
I'll go pug it.
Yeah, I felt so bad making Chris wait around for so long to do the Vicus and then the Clown, but I'm glad everyone stuck around and did everything. I remember, Sean said, I remember last night I was in a raid with a Reaper, Entropine, so I ignited and clapped his soul. That's not even fair, man. Igniter Sorks are so good. Right, Danny? Right. Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying your Sork, Sean. That's I wish I enjoy mine, but Igniter is just way too expensive. There's other stuff I want to build, especially if I'm honing past 1540 on my characters. I'm gonna need all the gold I can get.
About that time.
Yeah.
Kind of want to try classless Instacast Sork.
I don't know, man. It's so reflex is not just the damage; it's also the cooldown that comes with it.
Yeah, but then you also get the cooldowns from when you go ignite mode, right?
Yeah, you do.
Arcane Rupture.
I say try the Trixion first.
Yeah. I just removed that one thing and the other thing. And
Yeah.
There and boom.
Boom, big
Goes
number.
it's past an hour.
Yeah, you know they extended it, right?
Again?
Yeah. It's we got 30 more minutes, 34 minutes. So in about 15 minutes, I'm gonna hit the refresh button, and it's gonna be another extension. Don't
What
worry.
am I supposed to do? Actual schoolwork?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
go do your schoolwork. Are you trying to come back? Oh my god.
Yo, that guy did log in yesterday. I saw it. It said 14 hours ago last night.
Yeah, I logged in during a lecture. I just did Chaos Dungeon.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yo, what new returning player reward did you get?
I got feathers.
He got the flu.
Oh god.
All right, that was we wrapped that part up. All right, next is what is everyone's favorite fast food burger / meal?
Hey, that's my question.
Hell yeah, it was. Yo, everyone's questions are welcome on the podcast. It's a podcast for a bunch of bozos, not necessarily Lost Ark related. We can talk about anything here.
Oh man, I was in the bathroom. I was put on, like the wrestler like headpiece thingy.
Yeah.
Cover your ears. I was fixing to go to the bathroom. My girlfriend walks out to use the bathroom. She's looking at me like I'm retarded. Like I have this weird looking diaper thing on top of my head that blocks my ears, and she's just like, huh.
She's like, I'm dating this guy.
Yeah, I know, right? And so it has Matt Man on the front of the thing too. So I was like, this is my alter ego, Matt Man. I put on my jiu-jitsu stuff and I fight crime on the streets. Hell yeah.
So I actually recently had Shake Shack again for the first time. Wow, that burger just hits differently.
It does. It hits different because it's expensive.
Oh man. Wait,
so you gotta trick yourself into like, oh my god, this
Shake
burger's
Shack.
so good.
Wait,
I feel
what
like
burger? I'm sorry.
Shake Shack.
Oh shit. Is it like $18 now or some shit? That's fucking absurd.
Is it? How
It's
much
like-
was it?
Like
11?
10,
I'm just
10, 11, maybe like 12.
Oh,
I feel like it's been that price though.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll pop an opinion, but Shake Shack is better than In-N-Out for sure.
Never had In-N-Out.
Yeah, I never
Never
had
had
In-N-Out
I
either.
can't compare, but
I like Habit. Habit is pretty good.
I think there's an
I
In-N-Out in
like Habit
Texas.
because you can lettuce wrap everything.
Let us wrap that
I don't.
beer.
Smash Burger's okay.
I like Smash Burgers. They make it look like a GameStop on purpose, right?
Yeah,
No, that's because they took over GameStop.
Oh, the locations you mean?
Dude,
Oh
Smash
yeah.
burgers are rarely done correctly. Because if it's done correctly, you should really have to like scrape it off the pan.
Yeah,
If it's
I don't like. I think I just had a bad experience at Smash Burger because there was like 3 people working and they were like kind of busy but not really, and it took them like an hour to get our stuff out.
No, that's not it, man. Especially because
Yeah,
it's like a
that's not
fast
it.
food place.
Like we went there
Smash
like
Burger
right
should be
before we went to
Is
Florida.
this Smash
It was
Burger
pretty
like
bad.
considered fast casual?
Is it fast?
Supposed
There's
to
no
be.
way
It's
fast
like,
casual.
It's like
an hour,
Shake
though.
or Habits, the same thing.
Yeah. I feel like
Smash Burger
Shake
should be
Shack
faster.
Shake Shack feels like more of a dining experience than freaking any of the other fast food places, and they're still fast.
For sure. Yeah. Like
It's
Smash burgers should be fast because it should be relatively thin. When you smash it and then flip it, it should
yeah,
be quick.
and it's a
Yeah.
Borgor.
Cooks faster, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be faster.
So now that we're talking about burgers, Play-Doh? We got-
Podcast, not a game cast.
You know,
Yeah,
when,
30 minutes.
when the
There's no
podcast is
Dreamcast.
over, maybe I'll entertain you a little bit, but I do have videos to work on and stuff, so unfortunately I will not be able to join you. I would love to play some Play-Doh. They got so many updates recently. But one thing I definitely want to try is the Double Down is back at KFC. And
God
I
damn.
missed out the first time.
Fuck that.
Oh,
Wait,
It's
what?
It's cholesterol.
Yeah, but you know, you once in a while, right? Once in a while. I'm not saying eat the Double Down every single day, but it's one of those things where
Dog, I know
What?
you.
What?
It's gonna be every day for you.
stop. I'm gonna
Oh,
have a
yeah.
tier list.
You
It's
know,
just
Double
Double
Down.
Down.
Get their
That's
triple down.
oh,
True
that's
gamer.
bad. Can you just make
one
a
extra
triple
down
down?
with your downs?
Oh
Yeah,
my
you have to like custom order it.
Dog, your mozzarella sticks. Think about.
Mozzarella dicks.
I reminded you.
I ate
Kids
them
at
last
home.
night. I ate them last night. Don't worry. You guys didn't have to remind me again because like after gate 1, it just finally finished preheating, so I had to wait until after gate 2 to pull the mozzarella sticks out.
Wait, were your mozzarella sticks in there while it's preheating?
Yeah, I'm a bozo. I kind of just keep it
You
in there.
fucking fools. Ah,
That's not how that works.
that's how it works, dog.
What? I just keep it in there. It'll preheat.
Yeah, some ovens use broil to bring it to the temp quicker. So sometimes we put it in there to preheat. It burns because the broil's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, but my oven
Which is
doesn't do
funny.
that. My oven's super.
Are you
smudge.
sure?
Yeah, because
Sure?
I've been doing it for a couple years now. I just leave food in there. I preheat with the food. I don't give a shit.
Uzo.
I do preheats like once in a blue moon when it's like something completely new and I'm very unfamiliar with the recipe. But otherwise, I just stick it in there with the preheat.
Yeah, just stick it in there.
But I do love frickin' the fact that a lot of KFCs are combined with Taco Bells and whatnot. So you get the
Oh, yeah.
combination KFC Taco Bells.
You could be fatter than normal.
Yeah. I didn't fact check this, but I was watching a YouTube video that said the reason those combination restaurants exist is because the way Pepsi would compete with Coke was
I watched that same exact.
you watched that same video, right? Where
Yeah.
the only way they could compete with Coke was to buy out these establishments, these entire brands, and sell Pepsi exclusively there. Like they just could not compete with Coke otherwise. Like to get the Pepsis into the restaurants.
They just need a market share.
Yeah, the only way to get the market share was to buy out entire
And
restaurants.
he also played minimum wage with that.
Yeah, they also did that shit. It's fucking stupid.
Man,
What is it?
I think
PA is still $7.25. By the way,
Oh my god.
sometimes Pepsi tastes better.
What's the
ever,
inflation?
never that.
Inflation adjusted
Yeah.
minimum wage is like $30 nowadays, right? Compared to what it used to be. Like-
Minimum wage.
$5 or something back in the day is now like $30. Not to mention
Minimum
how-
wage is $30. No, like maybe 20.
no inflation
18 to
wise.
20.
Inflation
Oh.
wise. So like back in the day it was $5, but relative to your purchasing power, it's worth the equivalent of $30 now. Which is why every time someone tells me like back in the day I could do this and this and that, I'm like, yeah, everything was cheaper back in the day. Like minimum wage did not scale. That's what it is. It didn't scale at all.
I wish houses didn't scale up exponentially.
Oh my
so I can
God,
actually
yeah.
get one reasonably priced.
Yeah, but that's one of the weakness of like complete free market where people can buy out essentials and then sell it back to you. Like they middleman hard as hell.
They should ban corporations from owning residential properties to resell as rentals. And same thing with international people buyers, like Chinese people buying off California.
Oh my God, yeah. Like Vancouver, it's like nobody lives in those houses. It's just bought up by everyone in China.
Exactly. It's for businessmen who are scared of the government taking their shit, which is valid, but at the same time, we shouldn't be supporting that.
Yeah.
Japan stopped people from buying. So.
I had this like thinking like way back where America's really the only country where we celebrate middlemen, like people that buy stuff and resell, scalpers, Ticketmaster, realtors, consultants. We celebrate middlemen as a like economy, which is really kind of crazy.
So we view it as like a cultural entrepreneurship kind of thing.
But it's not. You're a middleman. You know, and then they turn around and shit on drop shippers.
Yep.
Unreal. What a great place. Yeah. But you know what? I'd rather be here than a lot of other countries. Middlemaning is not the worst of our issues.
Oh yeah, we have definitely other issues.
Yeah, we have way bigger issues in the world. But you know, it's something you can point out. Like middlemaning is a thing that is celebrated in this country.
Okay, true. You know, it's actually funny. There's a good argument recently that I was watching. Like Republicans and like people who are more conservative, like religious or things like that, arguably do more good, like tangible good in the world than liberals. Because liberals will talk about it, but religious orgs go out there and do entrepreneurship and go out there and help people like for real, while like liberals just talk about systematic issues but absolutely do nothing about it.
Oh.
Because they won't participate in local politics or anything like that. They just kind of talk about it on Twitter and do nothing.
Also, it's like the hierarchy of needs. Like now that all our basic needs are satisfied, we worry about different things. You know, like we tend to more emotional, psychological issues or philosophical issues rather than physical issues, depending on like where you are in the pyramid of needs.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't press that.
Like this is just a coach, John Donaher, was like, people have gone to the point where they don't need to struggle to survive, but the true mission now is to find the need for purpose.
Struggle to live.
Some people struggle to live, but now people are just trying to find purpose in their lives, which is difficult.
Yeah. Now that we talked about
give me
the
a reason
double
to keep living, please.
Yeah. Well, artists coming out today is a good reason, right?
You're dead.
Copium.
Please.
Yeah. We're not living, we're just slowly dying.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
We're not living, we're just surviving.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I was like, oh, if you're living for the weekend, you're already dead. And now I'm like, oh, I guess I died. Fuck.
Guess you're dead. Guess you're dead.
Shit. Yeah.
Thanks what you said when you're younger.
Dude, I always say the dumbest things.
Oh,
no relation to that
then.
show related to that one guy. Okay.
Kids say the darnest things.
I guess this last point, I just had it here because we were talking about it earlier, but I was just curious. Is Sons of the Forest worth playing?
It looks fun.
With friends.
With friends?
It's not a solo game if you're asking that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Did you?
That's
He's
dumb. He's the
something
one that has
Sons.
it.
Yeah, I was
I am playing solo right now.
Oh no.
Sons of
so,
the Forest.
so Doug, please explain your situation for Sons of while I step away to get some coffee.
Honestly, I think the game it's pretty fun. I mean, it's your typical sandbox builder survival game. You played The Forest, you've played Rust, Ark.
Well, I played Rust. That game makes me hate myself.
Very, very similar experience. I don't know. I like playing a bunch of like variety type games while I'm waiting for Lost Ark to stop being
Lost Ark to load.
Dog, hit the refresh. Dog, hit the refresh.
Hit the refresh. We need to know what the servers are at. You can't hear us. Quick, talk shit.
He can't hear us. Dog, your mozzarella sticks.
I can almost hear him now.
My mozzarella sticks, you fucks. All right, I hit the refresh. Look, it'll have a number 1 here. All right, it'll have a 1 here saying like there's a new update if there's a new post, but there's not. Don't worry, guys.
What?
I looked. I refreshed. I'll refresh again. Just
do it again. Do it again. What if you miss it?
All right, 8 a.m. So 11 more.
11 more minutes. Yes.
21 more minutes. Well, 11 minutes until I hit the refresh button. They'll tell us if we need another hour. But this is to be expected. This is a big patch.
Oh well, it's okay. Me and John we're ex Maple Story enjoyers.
I mean, if you ever
There's
played a
always
gacha
maintenance.
game, these maintenances go way past.
Hell yeah.
When I was watching
Real
Dunk play
maintenance
earlier,
games.
yeah, that's one of the real maintenance. I was watching
Hell
Dunk
yeah.
play earlier, and I said it looked like Valheim actually. Like that's what that reminds me of.
Oh, Valheim.
Yeah, but I never got into Valheim. I never played the original Forest.
It's some of the games is only fun when you're playing with friends.
Yeah, but that feels like a cop out because aren't all games pretty fun with friends?
Hey dog, when you gonna stream yourself
No.
playing horror games?
Halloween.
Halloween?
Yeah, gotta be.
Well, now we're
thematic.
trying to
Did you do
play
anything
Rage.
last Halloween?
What's up?
Did you do anything this last Halloween?
Oh, I played what was that game with the tiny people?
Oh,
It was,
Tiny
Little Nightmares. Yeah, I played Little
Oh.
Nightmares last Halloween. I wanted to make it more of like a thematic thing for a whole month. Just have some Vietnamese coffee, well, powder coffee. But it's so hard because editing, going through the content and everything, trying to push out every single day, it's just too much. Maybe like once a week kind of thing. Or if I have an editor, then my editor can push out a video this day. I can push out a video this other day, depending. But it's so
when you
hard.
hire an editor, huh?
I guess when eventually I get partnered on YouTube and I have enough disposable income to pay for someone.
Like a
But-
part-time editor.
Yeah, but it's just too rough right now. I'm still struggling in like the super early phases, and I don't know. I feel like other people around my size also have editors, so I might talk to people and ask how they got their editors. But the amount that I edit,
sellers.
the amount I edit and the knowledge I got from editing, I feel like if I want something of similar quality to my edited videos, unlike these podcast videos, right? Because I just kind of throw them up on the web. I do a little bit of vocal normalization for the audio, and then I throw it up on YouTube.
No, why are you trying to take my glasses for?
That makes sense.
You can hire people per video. It's not too expensive, or just template shippers. So it depends on what you want. If that's the case, I could just make my own template. Right? I could set up my own DaVinci Resolve template and do editing that way. But I have created a style of videos, in terms of my cuts and stuff that I feel like a lot of my viewers enjoy. So I don't know. It might be difficult to find an editor that makes something similar.
You know, to make it the same thing you do.
Yeah, because I want to keep
Well,
that
you can
style.
clone yourself.
I wish.
Yeah.
Kagebuchi no Jutsu?
All you do is pay for a surrogate, insert your seed, roll it for like 18 years, and then you're good. You got edit.
You know what's crazy? There's actually AI editing programs, but the videos that they produce look very generic. Like and they use like the worst PowerPoint cuts ever. Like they star wipe into a fucking video on the right side with text floating down like it's a Hallmark's gift card. But the technology is out there. If that's something some people are interested in. Look no further. What's up?
Your second channel. Make a second channel. Just do
What's
AI
up?
edits.
AI edits. Oh my God.
GBT.
Oh god. What do you call it? If you want to see the trend of how like some of the editing has like pipelined or dumbed down over the course of years, look no further than the CapCut edits on TikTok, where it's so easy for an average Joe to edit a video by just placing in a couple frames because the template is there for you, especially like the meme ones. Like they green screen stuff for you. Like they have all the skill set that you never had to learn.
Man, the real editing peak was Maple Store music videos. Or,
Oh god.
or AMVs.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
shit was lit. Not gonna lie.
Also, pricing based on the amount of footage you give them. A lot of times you can save some cash clipping. Clipping and stuff, that's one of the more time-consuming things. I wouldn't mind if someone cut all my silences out of my videos and then handed me the rest, and I'll do the edit. I think Adobe Premiere has stuff like that, and Audacity. Oh god, I might have to think that one through. Because it's very manual, but if there is an AI solution, I'm willing to pay a handsome amount. Which I think there is. I think Recut is available.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna be on all your streams and have like a little noise playing.
God damn it! Why would you make my life hard?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hard while watching? No. Make my life hard? Yes. Fish.
Wait, so back to the fast food thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
We went through burger, but what about meal?
Oh, it's just slash, so it's like up to you. If you don't like burgers, then an option for meal is also available. But if you
Where would you get the best salad?
Best salad?
Best
oh,
health
My
option.
bedroom.
I know where.
Where?
Sweet greens.
First off, everybody go check out the Popeyes filet-o-fish.
Popeye filet-o-fish. What? That's nice.
Yeah.
The best filet-o-fish in the game right now. I
Better
feel.
than McDonald's?
Apparently.
Oh, way better.
Apparently.
McDonald's is pretty good.
Yeah,
Alright,
but,
I gotta tell Zilla to go grab the Popeyes filet.
No, best salad though. Go to a halal truck and just get.
That's not a salad.
I mean, it kind of is.
You get over salad instead of rice.
Yeah.
Is it not a salad?
I mean, that's why it's a sleeper at Popeyes, right? Because no one orders the fish at Popeyes. But if you think about it, Popeyes was a sailor, so makes sense.
True. He was a sailor. But I also don't like spinach in my shit.
No, but I do like the halal truck salad. But that could be because it's drenched in motherfucking white sauce and hot sauce all over that shit.
White sauce, hot sauce, chicken and lamb over salad.
Yeah,
That's
so
how I want my salads.
I think it's less salad and just more sauce with a sprinkle of salad. It's like you want some fries with that ketchup kind of thing.
That's the best kind of salad.
Yeah. Well, ETA 14 minutes, but once that whole thing pops up, it'll probably be another extension.
Probably.
Oh.
It's alright. Me and Danny are used to this. It'll be down. Maple Story will be down for the whole day for a 4-hour scheduled maintenance.
Yo,
Day sometimes.
That's how Epic 7 was for a while too. Something.
It's like it's not a good thing for me because it gives me time to do my actual job.
Yeah, that's what Buck said when he pieced out. He's like, I guess I have to do work today.
Yeah. I do all my work because I'm going to be on PTO next week. So I'm like, gotta do
What are
it
you
all.
doing this week?
I'm going to Canada. I'm going to America's Hat.
Oh.
Where?
Whistler. It's near Seattle, like 2 hours from Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be lit. First
That's
time
like
there since
Vancouver
everything
side?
Vancouver.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like I think it's an hour from Vancouver. Something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
I'm also traveling a little bit this weekend. Gotta pick my mom from the airport.
Thought you were going to Popeye.
Yo, which airport? I'll pick up your mom for you.
She's staying with like a family friend. That I'm picking her up there, so I'll be driving a little bit. I don't think it affects any of my stream schedules though. Well, that should be fine. I do want to come back for Diablo 4, so I want to set up some videos and stuff. Have them on a timed release, like a capsule kind of thing.
Oh, for open beta.
Yeah. Or closed beta this weekend. Open beta next weekend.
Oh yeah. Did you get the code?
I'm about to buy it, so I can get the pre-release code.
What are you talking about?
Diablo 4. Base game $70.
I'm tempted.
You can't, cause focus on your camp, man.
Yeah, but I need like de-stressing stuff. So
Yeah, you have Valorant.
that don't really distress me.
That stresses people more.
That's
I feel.
stressful.
Yeah.
I am Diamond 1.
Yo, he's Diamond 1. Don't mess with him. Diamond 1.
Yo,
That-
you can put that on your
that guy
your
can
dating app,
code.
yo.
Diamond
About
1.
to.
You ever saw that guy that just goes Diamond 1 on TikTok? It's like, yo, I just go here. I'm Diamond 1. I go around the corner, I shoot this. I'm Diamond 1. Like he just keeps repeating he's not. And then the comments were like, guys, what rank is he again?
Diamond 1.
I feel like
It's good marketing.
TikTok comments are where it's at. It's like the
Dude.
best content.
It's smart because you think about it, it's like The Office where the dude was like Bob Vans refrigeration.
Wait, you can get a free Diablo 4 beta code for a KFC Double Down? I didn't know that.
Apparently.
I'm about to just go get it right now.
Yo,
Drop.
can you get one for me?
If you get a double down, you can get a free call. You'll give me one. I'll give you one.
Wait a second. There's. Hold on.
I'll fund your double down. if you
I'll
give me
fund your
code.
double down.
Stop. Hold on, I gotta see this. Diablo 4 Double Down code. Comments on Overwatch 2 pure.
I don't think it has to be double down. I
No,
think
it's
just
real. It's a
Popeyes
double
one.
down code.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
As
Well,
long as
just,
you
we know what
order
the
off
guy's
the
doing
app
today.
with the Diablo really.
I'm telling you, still go to get double down. for me.
Yo, about to order a
And
double
get-
down
and
right
go and tell
now.
her to
Hold
go
up.
Popeyes to get that filet of fish.
Why I lie? Had to eat that thing. See, the difference is I would probably enjoy the double down. I'm a fucking monster.
I think I had that double down once. I'm just like never again.
Never again. Okay, maybe
Never
Bingu's maybe Bingu will say I hate it, and then I'll come back and I'll be like, you're right, Bingu. Let me see if I can. Would it
Double down's
come?
good if it's not soggy.
Does it have to be on the KFC app? Can I order it like on DoorDash?
It'd be funny if DoorDash steals your code.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, 750.
But it also wouldn't.
Isn't
Still
next week the open beta just a stress test or whatever?
closed beta?
The open beta
Next week. Yeah. It's more of a stress test, but I think it's just to get hype going for the game.
Stress test never worked.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah, go on.
on full release is just like
It's a show.
triple what they expected.
I say at least 10x what they expect.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
DT Resurrected was a shit show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, all the
not playing
old
it, I couldn't get
remakes have been pretty bad.
Look at Lost Ark's release. That we were all here,
That was something.
Oh my! I was the only one that got in for like 2 hours.
and that was the pre-release too.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It was. The actual open release was like 3 days later.
It was even worse.
It was way worse.
It was like a week later.
Like they had to close servers. Like that was how crazy it was. Oh my god. I missed that though.
No, they had to make more servers
Did
because
they?
people couldn't get into the original ones.
Oh, I think they locked the original ones, right? And then they made a bunch of these other ones.
Yeah, yep.
And now those are
People
dead
can get a
servers. And now they have to merge it back.
Yeah, then I got merged back.
Yeah.
Classic.
But that's how all these MMOs like launches go. Is like they have such a big influx, but they can't keep people playing. Like the retention's very bad for MMOs.
So when is Regulus getting merged? Please,
I
I want to
don't.
be merged.
I don't think we're getting merged. I think the smaller servers might get merged.
Want to be merged?
Does it matter to be merged though? Like,
Yeah, because you can't do Gold Island and stuff if your server's too small.
Mm.
And Medea won't exist. Rowan would be really bad. Field
What server
Boss,
is
Chaos
what server is Chris on? I want to be merged with Chris.
Layden, I think.
Lated, it is lated.
It would be nice. Hey George, I need a loan.
Do you think they will ever merge East and West
No,
sometime down the line?
I don't think so. As much as we want.
Or
it,
doesn't
it's
buy
just-
buses.
It's just West has a really bad like. I don't know how to say it, but like their swipe culture is very different.
Well, they have a lot more disposable income because like a lot of high earners are earning.
That
West
too.
Coast.
That too. They
Yeah, all
need
the tech
regional
companies.
pricing for West if they want to merge it. It's really bad. I think Blue Crystals there are like 35 plus. Like they're always 1,000 higher than East. And then don't even talk about South America.
It's only gonna get worse. Like Texas turned into like mini Silicon Valley now too. So
Yeah.
Alright, guys,
Well, their bank collapsed. So.
head out.
Sounds good. Let's wrap up the podcast here. I think we had a lot of good talking points. Any last minute topics anyone want to talk about before we wrap up? Fantastic. Well, let's hope this patch comes live in 7 minutes. There's no update like 10 minutes before, so it seems like they're on track. But if not, we'll have another delay. And if you're watching this in the future, you're probably already playing in the patch.
Unless.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and everyone say bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, viewers.
Bye, ChatGPT.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Bye, Twitch. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
comments.
Bye, comments. Take it easy, guys. Until next time. Well, tonight's the next stream. So until then, Bobby.